Shetanshu, the name means moon. He belongs to Lucknow and his schooling was in Chennai. He is currently pursuing his MBA in Pune. He loves presentations, singing and cricket. His idols are Rahul Dravid and Sonu Nigam. And today he's going to talk about the current need of railway insurance in India, need for youth participation.
Okay, now when you talk of Ignite means to create a spark, right? So here I am, Shetanshu from Department of Management Sciences to actually bring about the need for railway insurance right now in India. So when we talk of railway insurance, the government of India has actually incurred a loss of 150 crore for the past 3 years. It's just an idea, just a proposal. Now as you can see, you have air insurance, you have domestic as well as in foreign market as well. But you don't have it in railways. Why? It's a question which everyone has in mind, but there's no proposal there's no proposal for it. In fact, one of my relatives was actually, he lost his life in railways. And when you talk of Indian Railways, it's the biggest sector, 30 million passengers per day, biggest in its own weight. Like India accounts for, but the worst part, India accounts for actually 15% of the train accidents. You can see the pie chart showing around what are the reasons for the different, train accidents out there. So the different reasons out there range due to derail, the size, collision of trains. In fact, for the past 15 months, there have been 11 rail accidents in India alone. India is accounting for 25%, and the different railway ministers under which tenure different railway accidents have occurred. It's just a proposal, just an idea. Almost on an average 400. I'm not blaming any of the chief ministers out there. It's just the stats. It actually shows to you that what the current status is. In fact, there is a section about 124 of the Railways Act 1989, which says that the government pays out 32,000 in case of injury and 5 lakhs in case of death. But is that sufficient? Is the loss in terms of compensation, like in terms of money, is this sufficient? The government of India incurred a loss of 150 crore. That's huge. In fact, the railway budget of 2013 stated that they'll have a so-called debt fund to clear out all the funds which they have. In fact, my business proposal is simple. It's a simple idea. 50 paise on every ticket. How much will it charge? For example, if an individual has to, it's a phase-wise, maybe it's a phase-out plan. Maybe phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. Go out with a suburban class, a 2-year contract with the Indian Railways, and then move out to the non-suburban railway. In fact, it's a consumer-centric. You have so many websites out there, indianrail.gov.in, you have Make My Trip, on which a person can actually log into, and it gets a lot of revenue as well. Such websites. When you go to indianrail.gov.in, 3 ads pop up. For every ad that pop up, Indian Railway gets, almost 10 crore per year. Now, this is a dummy website. Maybe you can have a so-called company to suggest Travel Show. It's a private company, PPP, Private Public Partnership with the Government of India. You go there, you say, do you want to get your life insured through Travel Show? If yes, you can just click a yes. And it will be a dummy ticket. Adding a 50 paise on so-called your total travel allowance, whatever you have actually incurred from your pocket. It's a proposal. Now what a private player can actually do is, a private player can actually pay 10 lakhs in case of death and 5 lakhs in case of injury. Now for example, it's a simple idea. For example, how many people are sitting over here? Almost 50, 55? It's an idea, as ma'am said. Every idea needs a so-called badness. Almost 50 people are sitting out there. Even if we actually ask every one of us to actually pay 0.50 paise from your pocket, actually India can actually earn a lot of money out there. In fact, it's a fantastic idea to go around with. Is there opportunity out there? You have so much, so-called private players, Peacock Media, Rajdhani Express. You have advertisements out there. Zoom around. You have Peacock Media. You have CTS as well. Travel Show can be a third party out there. Now, where will a so-called Travel Show fit into? It will be a so-called, private player with an Indian Railway. And you'll have it on a contract basis. Maybe 2 years contract. There are so many insurance companies out there, life insurance. So many companies out there. Almost 24 private players are there in insurance. They can actually grab onto such opportunities and bring about a change, which is the need of hour. You can create pamphlets, you can throw it around, in terms of targeting the youth, the participation of the youth. That is quite critical out there. That's the need of the hour. Now, it's a simple question. And we often say that during the presentations as well, which we witnessed, we saw that the participation of youth is must. Have brilliant ideas coming into the minds. People going to Turkey, people talking about the need of silence. But the current need of the hour is the involvement of youth. Is the involvement of the youth in masses. That's the current need of the hour. Mortality claims, government losses, loss of life, no security. That's a sad part. It's like flipping up a coin. You have the head, you have a tail. The positive is there. Indian Railway is the biggest source in its own way. But the negative is the loss. It does not pay for you. It does not. You cannot compensate the individual's life just by paying so-called mortality rate. Something needs to be done. In fact, the youth, like people around, in fact, everyone sitting out there. In fact, if you actually stand up and say that such a proposal should be actually met around with, and the sad part of that, Parliament, what you witness right now is increase in the number of trains, increase in the budget, increase in the stations. But is there such kind of ideas who can actually bring about a lot of changes? And when you talk of Ignite is to create a spark, create a change. And this change can actually work it around. I know a lot of finances and budgets have to be played with, but I think change is a need. Thank you.